Hello, hello, hello. Hi, everybody. Hi. How are you guys? Check out my new, they're like rose gold. Aren't they pretty? They're so pretty. How are you guys? Yes, time did switch. I was telling Abigail earlier that I was going to be on at a certain time, and that certain time did not happen. So, hi guys, it's Abigail's here. Kath is here. Hey, Steph, how are ya? Hey, Sherry. Hey. So, this is not going to be a very long live at all, but we haven't been here in about a week, right? Give or take a few days. What do you think of my headphones? Aren't they cute? Aren't they cute? Super pretty. Yeah, I feel all like professional now. Anyway, I was gonna get these or black, and I went with these because I was like, why not? They're pretty to look at, right? And there's Poppy in the background. But we had so many updates over the last few days that I'm like, we need to get on and talk about some of these things. So, yeah, have to get on and talk about some of these. I have a fresh, hot cup of coffee. I missed you. Hey, Gail. You guys, I don't know. You know how you start getting that like raw feeling like in that spot, like between the back of your nose and your throat, and it's raw? You know that feeling? Like you feel like something's going on. I'm rebuking it right now. I'm not going to be ill. This is not happening. Hot coffee will help. It will make things go better. But yeah, I'm not feeling so. Mm. Um. Hey, Morgana. Hey, Vanessa. Chaotic crafting with V. How are you? Oh, you got me on your big TV while you're bagging drills. All right, Steph. All right. Sherry said I've had the crud, and that's how mine started. Great. I'm rebuking it. Yes. In the name of Jesus, I'm rebuking it. I don't want to be sick. Not at all. Not at all. Okay. So we're going to talk about these cases, though, right? And there's a handful of them. Um, so do you guys know, you guys here, I'm sure you know about the Idaho 4, the 4 college kiddos from Moscow, Idaho. The house was demolished yesterday. I wanted to show a little bit of that. And then Gypsy Rose. If you know about Gypsy Rose, raise your hand. If you don't know about Gypsy Rose, put a sad face emoji or something. I don't know. Anyway, I want to talk about that like all on its own soon. Just the Gypsy Rose case in general. Like, I want to talk about that and find some like trial coverage of that. Um, so she was released from prison, but I wanted to share just a little bit about that. She literally walked out of prison. Was it yesterday? A lot of things happened yesterday. The Idaho house torn down. Sherry hasn't heard of it. Kath isn't sure. Steph says she thinks she should have never been in prison. So that's a big story. Um, like Munchausen's by proxy gone really bad, right? She is married, Steph, and her husband picked her up from jail with the whole film crew. They filmed the whole thing, apparently. Yeah. Um, I think this is her. Don't quote me on this. I could be wrong, but I think this is her second husband since she's been married or since she's been in jail. I'm not positive on that. Somebody let me know in the chat if I messed that up. But yeah. So there's Gypsy Rose stuff, and then oh, hold on. Oh, hold on. I gotta mute myself because I hear myself chatting over here. Is she the one who killed her mama for making her sick? Yes, Kath. Pretty much, yes. Well, she didn't. Her boyfriend did. Her boyfriend is the one that actually killed her. So, Steph says, I remember reading a long form article about her on BuzzFeed when it first happened, and that's what started my true crime obsession. Oh, wow. So, Gypsy Rose is your first deep dive into true crime, eh? She had her online boyfriend kill her mom. Yes. However, the online boyfriend is on the autism spectrum. It's a whole big story. It's a massive crazy pants story. It's very sad what Gypsy was put through. But Gypsy, her entire life was hold on, let me show you guys a picture of her. Let me open up a new app and I'll show you Gypsy Rose. GYP before and after photos, maybe. All right, so I'll just share this. Share the screen. Share. Okay. So you can see here, there are lots of pictures of Gypsy Rose. We have, this is her pretty much now. This picture of her grown up. This is her when she was young. This is her and her mother right here. Her and her mom. Her and her mom. This is while she was in prison. But she had the mom. I forget what the mom's name was. Shoot, what was the mama's name? Anyway, the mom had Munchausen's by proxy, and she literally led everyone in their lives, including Gypsy, believe that she couldn't walk, she had cancer, she had this disease, that disease. She ended up going to like Disney World for like one of those Make-A-Wish kind of things. After, I think it was Hurricane Katrina, their house, or one of the hurricanes or something like that, their house had been demolished, and another like humanitarian company built them a whole brand new house, all because of this little girl's being sick. Claudine, okay, that was her name. Why does that not sound familiar? Claudine, I think so. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, she even had this little girl's, like, look at this. She had her, like, teeth pulled, and she had this girl on a feeding tube, and all kinds of wonky, weird stuff. And there's nothing wrong with the girl. Nothing wrong. As a matter of fact, she wasn't even supposed to. Dee Dee. Okay, that's what I knew her as. It was Dee Dee Blanchard. Yes. Claudine. Okay. That makes sense. I was like, Claudine don't sound right. But, and then Dee Dee Blanchard. Yes. So, that's kind of the story with them. Yeah, she was in a wheelchair, said that she couldn't walk. everything under the sun. And literally the day that she goes to the police department, she's up walking around the like the interview or interrogation room, like nothing, you know. Um, so, but we're gonna talk about that. I just kind of wanted to give a little brief synopsis. Abigail said, "I'm sorry, maybe this is an unpopular opinion, but she shouldn't have served time." Well, some people feel that way, and other people feel like she learned from her mom. No, I'm not saying this is my opinion. I'm just saying there are some people who believe on the other side of that coin that she manipulated her boyfriend. And yeah. So there's a movie about it too. Steph, do you remember what the movie? I can't remember what the movie was called. Exactly. Steph says her mother would have eventually killed her if she didn't escape. Yeah. Um, I don't think he understood the implications. The boyfriend. Yeah. Well, the boyfriend was definitely not 100% understanding, I guess, of his actions. So, yeah. In the series they did, she found out she could walk. She was sneaking around walking. Yeah. Gail, I mean, the older she got, she figured it out. You know, there's nothing wrong with me. Um, yeah, the movie was really pretty good. Was it a movie or was it the series? Um, but yeah, she spent a lot of years in jail, and I think it said that she had fulfilled like spent like 85% of her um time that she was given. She only spent like 85% of it, um, and was let out. Um, the Act was the series. Okay. But wasn't there an actual movie too? The Act was the series. Mommy Dead and Dearest was the documentary movie. Okay, maybe that's I think that's the one that I saw. Um yeah. Uh Very strange. I remember in the movie, in what I watched, whatever it was that I watched, which I think was the movie, it would show them like at the neighbor's house, or her like Gypsy like eating a cupcake or a piece of chocolate, and her mom like completely losing it. Um Saying that she was like allergic to chocolate and that it could kill her, and she would have to use like EpiPens or all kind. And there was not a single solitary thing wrong with the girl. That one had her real family members. Okay. Well, maybe it was the series then that I watched. The Hulu series was actors and wasn't totally accurate. Joey King played Gypsy. Okay. I don't know. They removed her salivary glands and teeth. They did remove her teeth, yes. I know that. Um, okay, the cupcake was the acted series. Okay. All right. Well, I need to go watch the movie, the documentary then. But either any way you look at it, it's just a sad, sad situation. The mom, mm, was a piece of work. Hey, Kel. Kel says, just got off work, ready for another 3-day weekend. Woohoo! All right. How are y'all going to be spending the New Year's Eve? What are y'all doing for New Year's Eve? What are you doing for New Year's Eve? And Morgana, did you get any snow today? I did not. That I noticed, anyway. All right. So I want to start back to where I wanted to start back to, which was the, let me find it. It is this, tab here. And let me make it big. But I'm gonna have to like scroll through because obviously it's like an hour and a half long this video is. There were so many different, there were a lot of, the Idaho 4 house. There were a lot of different, like news stations that were out there recording this. They were supposed to have started the demolition on the Idaho 4, the University of Idaho house where the 4 students were murdered, like it says right there at the top of the video. If you followed along with this story, the house has set, but it's crazy what's happened with this house. So the 4 kids, the 4 college students were murdered in this house, right? Well, then the house was like boarded up and shut up, and they kept like security there to keep people out of it. And then they supposedly got all of the things, all the evidence that they needed. And then the owner of the house donated the house to the University of Idaho for them to do with what they wanted, which was they want to make like a memory garden or something like that. But anyway, from what I gather, both the prosecution and the defense want the house to be demolished. The school bought it and said, hold on, let me highlight this comment. It says the school bought it and said they wanted students to move on, i.e. they wanted people to forget so their applicant rate could go back up. Exactly. And pretty much none of the families wanted it done until the trial was over. Well, they said, well, from what I heard, that Ethan Chapin's family was like, they didn't either way. Either way, they didn't care either way. Nope, both prosecution and defense wanted it to remain until the trial was over as well. Oh, well, I heard that the prosecution wanted it. Maybe I thought that they wanted it gone. Or said that they could do with it whatever they wished. That they had everything in there that they needed. But yeah, okay, that's the problem. So they're saying that they wanted to tear it down so that the students could move on with their lives. It's like a constant daily reminder of what happened. Other people think that the school is tearing it down to get it out of, because it's an eyesore, so to speak, for those that are coming in to keep numbers up at the college. Like Steph said, to get their applicant rate up. Because that town there lives and breathes by the school, the university. Everything surrounding it, business-wise, depends on the school for their business. And but Supposedly the prosecution went in a few days ago and did like, I guess, one last look through, got everything they needed or wanted, measurements, that kind of stuff. And they have apparently already made I forget what the machine is called, but it's basically some sort of machine that measures and records the home like to a T on a scale in a computer program, so that you can see exactly everything as it is exactly through this like 3D design or whatever, right? But it's not the same as the actual house being there, so I don't know. I just don't feel like it's the same. I heard they wanted it to remain in case the court allowed jury walkthrough, or to recreate the eyewitness scenario to see if she really could identify the killer from her description. Maybe they just resigned themselves to the inevitable. Well, that's a lot of the what people think, is that there's a lot of things that you're going to be able to get from there. However, they're saying that the trial isn't even going to be nearby. They're saying it could the trial could be potentially 8 hours away from Moscow, Idaho, in order to find people that are not as, aware of the story. The trial, they said sometime in 2024, I think. But they've like moved that around, and then I think it was the defense said that they want the defense, I think it was, that wants, or maybe it was the prosecution, I don't remember. One side or the other wants the trial to be held by summer of 2024. Or they want it to be held in the summer of 2024. That way the town is empty. There's not, students are gone home for the summer. That kind of thing. Kel says, yes. The show Crime 360 shows how you can scan rooms and bring it up on a computer. That show recreates the crimes. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what they want to do. I know they use that technology also in the that case in Ohio. The two families. What were their names? It was the brothers and the mom and dad, and that was a whole big story too. Most of the parents said to not demolish it, but the university disregarded it, even though they asked for their opinions. Yeah, right. Why ask for their opinions if you're not gonna do what the opinions are, right? They're going to get a jury who's aware of the case. Well, they were saying that they were hoping, or I think it was one of the dads, maybe it was Steve Gonsalves, said that he was hoping, or what they needed to do was go somewhere where there's a bunch of farmers who don't watch a lot of TV, they don't use social media, the people like that. So they're wanting to get somewhere in a probably pretty rural area, but I don't think you're going to be able to go anywhere and not hear about it. Steph says, oh, come to me. Where are you going to have it? This made national news. I know it. Let's watch this house, though, fall down. It was very, very sad. I have very mixed emotions about it. If I'm being honest, I have very mixed emotions about it. Now, granted, I think that they should never have torn it down until after the trial, or even time allowed for appeals. I mean, if he were to be found guilty, Koberger, if he's to be found guilty and he wins an appeal, the appellate court may need new evidence, right? Because a lot of times whenever you make, you're granted an appeal, then each side of the coin here wants to find new information. So one other thing that I did hear is they said that if you were to go into that house, because the house was supposedly, after they boarded it up, they called it a word, I can't remember, but they basically said that they had went in and like taken things out, like tore walls out and stuff like that, insulation, glass, that kind of thing, carpet if there is, flooring. And so they're trying to say that even if they did do a walkthrough, that things aren't structurally the same. The furniture isn't there. So things will echo compared to a full house of furniture. So they're saying that a jury walkthrough really isn't going to give them accurate information for that kind of thing. I don't know whether that's true or not, but so I'm going to go ahead and click play on here, and we'll watch this. They were supposed to have started at 7 a.m. Pacific time, which is 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sorry, I thought I was going to burp. I feel like I have a burp right there. Hold on. Okay, it was a coffee burp. Anyway, so they felt like it was going to be starting at 7 a.m. Mountain or Pacific time. Well, apparently, they decided to get the wrecking ball going a little bit earlier, and they started it at, like, I heard 6:30 a.m. So, yeah. I don't know if they wanted to get get it started during, like, dark hours so there would be less people there. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to push play. We're going to watch a little bit, and then I'll move it to, other parts because, yeah. These lights here, Christmas lights, are apparently Christmas lights on a neighboring house. So, but here we go. Can't even really see anything in the dark right there. It's super dark out, but the sun is coming up. I see somebody's head right there. I don't know who that
is. Mic's on.
I'm going to move it till it gets a little bit brighter out. Oh God, guys, it's loud. Now it's getting a little bit more daylight here. You can see this is the front of the house. This is the back of the house right here. Down here is where the sliding glass doors was going into the kitchen. And then up here is Maddie and Cody's room. That is so loud. It's getting brighter and brighter outside at this point. I know, Steph, I feel the same way. I mean, that was supposed to have been a fun house. It was a party house, you know. Just young kids. And so it's hard to see it in that aspect because that's, you know, where they had so much fun there. But then the flip of the coin is the horror that they felt there is like so gut-wrenching. And so in that aspect, I'm glad to see it come down. I just think it's too soon. But there's a part, probably find a better view of it. That noise. Let me scooch it more. Kath, in order to answer your question, I can see why they would want to tear it down for healing because it's a constant daily reminder right there in their community where they lost 4 fellow classmates, you know, that they would want it gone. But I just feel like it's too soon to let it go right now. This is one of the parts where you get into it where you can actually see inside Haley's bedroom. I hope you guys are able to fix your sound levels on here because this is cool. Possibly said. That's a good question. Donating to the skilled nursing facility back home. Wonder if it could be sunrise on this. Put all that information. See over here to the right hand side is the girls' bedrooms where it happened at. That wall that's shown right there in between, right here. I'm wondering if that's close to where the stairs. What? Yeah. There's looks like stairs, doesn't it? Or is that just me? I can't tell where the stairs were at. Okay, now he's getting ready to get into the bedroom. Oh my God. You guys hear me now? Can you guys hear me now? It's hard to gauge where to turn the volume at because I can't hear myself. I hear you, Abigail. I see you calling me. Much better. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I don't know unless somebody tells me. I have no idea if you can or can't, because I can't hear me over top of it. Yeah, whenever they start tearing into that room, oh my God. It breaks my heart. Wouldn't it have been kooky pants if that would have just been a white Elantra that drove by just then? I bet nobody in that area ever will buy another white Elantra. I see what you're saying, Abigail. I get that. And I mean, I think the house should be torn down. I think it should be. I just don't think it should be until after the trial is over. Like, wait till the trial is over, then tear it down. And the only reason I would leave it up is just in case they need more evidence. I mean, this is where it happened, you know? It's like the biggest piece of evidence there is this. There it goes. There it goes. There it goes. It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. And then they just like poof, just as if it's nothing. Oh my goodness. It's like with the machine, like that. It's like that house is just like little toothpicks, you know? All right, so that is the demolition of the house. You can find a bajillion. Already watched different angles and videos that shows like the whole thing, right? From beginning to end. So It's just really sad. Really sad. Okay, now we're gonna get back into Gypsy Rose. Let's talk a little bit more about Gypsy Rose. Let me find. Okay, here is this. We're gonna switch over to this tab here. Okay. Let me exit out of the other tab. Okay, so here's this tab. This here is the boyfriend of Gypsy Rose. This is Gypsy Rose on the right, and her boyfriend Nick something on the left. Can't remember what his name is. Steph says, I get it. It's like their ghosts were trapped in the skeleton of their demise. But the fact that it was the university pushing for it when most were against it is what leaves a bad taste for me. Yeah. Yeah. Pretty rough. I know that a couple of the families, I think it was the families of Kaylee and Maddie that were like hardcore rocking till the end, till the very, very end to keep it from happening. But they didn't win in the end. Nick something. Yeah, Nick maybe. I'm sure we'll find out here in a minute. But this here, okay, let's get on to Gypsy Rose and her boyfriend Nick. Ex-boyfriend. This was years and years and years ago, right? So we have we'll just push play and I'll just pause and we'll get to the good bits. I just kind of wanted to give a brief synopsis of this. She's a pretty girl. And she stole money from her mom to send to Nick to get him from where he lived to where she lives. I don't remember where he lived, but where did it go? I saw that. Apparently that was the murder weapon. So yeah. Okay, I think that's pretty much it for that. I feel like her mom, I feel like even her voice was a forced effect from her mom. I can see that. I can totally see that. Because she wanted her to sound younger and, I don't know. I don't know. Okay, let's see. So that's Gypsy Rose. Like I said, I want to look up all of the like trial coverage and interrogations and watch that from like the start with you guys soon. And now it makes perfect sense considering, right, the her release. So let's see. Hold on a second, guys. Okay. Okay. One of the other things that I wanted to talk about, I need to go find let me go find the picture. Actually, I will just let me hit escape on this and go look up Jody Hildebrandt. If you've been following along with the Ruby Frankie and Jody Hildebrandt case, then you've probably already seen this, but let's find it. Okay, is this... Let me just kind of skip through this video here and see if this is all streamed or if it's something that they've put together. Because I don't want to... Okay, I found it. So let me run over here. Okay. All right. So this is Jody Hildebrandt. This is where she pleads guilty. If you didn't already know, she pled guilty to the same charges that Ruby Frankie did. She looks very nervous. I think she's trying to like smile, to be like, I'm not nervous, see? I'm smiling. I'm not nervous. When inside she's like terrified. Come on, let's scooch it along. Let's scooch it along. Let's scooch it along. I can't tell if her hair is dirty and oily or if it's like just been washed and is still a little damp. You know what I'm saying? Because now whenever Ruby came in the other day, her hair was all curled and cute and stuff. Yeah. Let's speed it up here. Come on, folks. Is the judge going to come in anytime soon, or are we just going to stand here and look at each other? Okay, here we go.
All rise. The district court in Washington County, State of Utah, now in session. The Honorable John G. Walton presiding.
And this is the same judge.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to District Court. We are here this morning in the matter of State of Utah versus Jody Hildebrandt, case 231501763. Mr. Clark and Mr. Shum are here representing the state of Utah, and Mr. Terry is here with Ms. Hildebrandt. We are scheduled for a waiver of preliminary hearing. Mr. Terry, appears you have just handed the court a signed plea agreement.
That is correct, Your Honor. With respect to the waiver, Ms. Hildebrandt, we have had discussions. She fully understands the purpose of a preliminary hearing, what the burden of proof would be, and that she has the right to a preliminary hearing, but in conjunction with the entry of her plea today, we waive the preliminary hearing.
And in fact, there is a provision in the written plea agreement that operates as a waiver of
That's
the
correct.
preliminary hearing. All right. Ms. Hildebrandt, I've been handed a written document, a plea agreement with your signature on it. Did you sign that document?
Yes,
And you did that to represent to the court that you have read the document carefully, that you understand what you've read, that you agree to all of the terms that are set forth in that written document?
yes, sir.
You've had sufficient time to ask Mr. Terry any questions that you have about the agreement or its potential effect?
Yes,
Is anyone pressuring you to enter into this agreement, or is anyone promising you anything that I haven't been told about or that is not in the written document?
no,
Are you under the influence of alcohol or drugs today?
no,
Is there anything today that could interfere in any way with your ability to understand the agreement, its potential consequences?
no,
Same
No
questions he
physical
asked Ruby.
condition, mental health, or emotional condition, nothing that could interfere with your present ability to evaluate the agreement and decide if it's what you're prepared to do today?
no,
You don't need more time, you're ready to go.
yes,
Any further record, counsel?
Your Honor, the agreement contains a factual basis. There are a few details in the factual basis that we are not in full agreement with. However, this is a guilty plea. It is not an Alford plea. The factual basis sets forth facts that we agree with, that Ms. Hildebrandt agrees with, that are sufficient for the court to accept her plea
That's
with
cute
respect to the
stuff.
4 counts to which she is pleading
Letter
guilty.
E.
And so we ask the court to accept her plea agreement.
And apart from what is in the written factual base in the plea agreement, you have, I'm assuming, reviewed voluminous discovery.
We have.
You don't dispute whether there is an actual or an adequate factual basis.
We do not.
All right, then. Anything else before the court receives Ms. Hildebrandt's pleas?
No, Your Honor.
Nothing for the state, Your Honor.
Then, Ms. Hildebrandt, how do you plead to count 1, aggravated child abuse, a second-degree felony,
guilty,
and to count 3, aggravated child abuse, a second-degree felony,
guilty,
to count 5, aggravated child abuse, a second-degree felony,
guilty,
and to count 6, also aggravated child abuse, a second-degree felony?
guilty,
The court finds that there is a sufficient factual basis. The court, in addition, finds that Ms. Hildebrandt's pleas are made knowingly and voluntarily. The court therefore accepts and enters those pleas, dismisses the remaining 2 counts. We are anticipating a PSI, although part of the plea agreement appears to be that Ms. Hildebrandt will not contest a prison sentence. Is that right?
That is correct. But we are asking for a PSI.
All right, then the court orders the preparation of a pre-sentence investigation report and sets sentencing at 10:30 a.m. on February 20th. Anything else for today, counsel?
Nothing from us, Your Honor.
Nothing from us, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. We'll be in recess.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Wow, 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 wow. So, she pled guilty to all of the above. Yeah, I'm anxious to see on February the 20th. They said 10:30 for her. I don't know what time Ruby's is. I can't remember. I had it written down. I thought, hey, Tammy. Hey, hey, hey. But yeah, so that'll be coming up in a couple of months. So we'll see what they get, unless things are, you know how things are. Things get pushed back, delayed, shoved back, schedules changed, blah, blah, blah. So that can be a bit of an annoyance. But the last thing that I was going to talk about tonight, I think I covered everything, except for the Savanah Soto. I'm sorry, Tammy. Do you have your notifications set to all? Hi, Henny. Hi, hi, Every time I see your name, Henny, it makes me think of, is it Henny Penny? The sky is falling, the sky is falling. Um, um, the Savanah Soto case, though, and her boyfriend, what's his name? Brian. Let me see. Savanah Soto. Matthew, not Brian. Guerra. So yeah, this is and there's like always breaking news on this case because this was the let me find their picture. That's not what I wanted to do. Cancel, cancel. X that. That wasn't what I wanted to do either. I'm still learning this like sharing thing on here. So let me share this. News for share. Okay. So this is the Savanah Soto and Matthew Guerra. She's such a short little tot compared to him. He's so big and tall. But both of these kiddos were shot to death in his car in, was it San Antonio, Texas? So yeah. And this car here, you can see this car. It's a Kia something, I think, but I can't remember what they said the car was. But there was a video apparently where it shows some sort of an exchange here with the heavier guy in the truck. So apparently the last I heard, they were looking for this particular guy to have been a possible suspect, I think. But I don't have any late information on it. Tammy said she was just listening to this case. Abigail says, want to come over live with me and talk. Here soon, Abigail, maybe. I'll try to. If you're here listening, I'll try to. When I get done with this, I'm going to go see what Dale and the kiddos are doing. So I won't be on here much longer when I get done with this part. But then I'll try to swing over there before much longer. Let me see. Yeah, okay, this was in San Antonio. It says, we have uncovered new details about the case of a couple found dead in a vehicle Tuesday afternoon. The details shedding light on why San Antonio police officials were at first seemingly vague about the nature of the investigation into the couple's deaths. They did not find a firearm or cell phone of Savanah's boyfriend Matthew in the vehicle in which the couple was found on Tuesday. his body was found in the back seat of the Kia, while hers was in the front passenger seat with a baby seat on her lap. Now, she was scheduled to go in for an induction to have this baby. She was a week overdue. And whenever she did not show up at the hospital, her mother calls cops, and is like, okay, my kid's missing. I don't know where she's at. She's supposed to be at the hospital, blah, blah, blah. The Guerras said they called 911 when they sensed their son and his girlfriend were in trouble. So yeah, there's a lot of information on this case. And I know that they said that there were people of interest. Here's one that says, persons of interest identified in murder of pregnant teen and her boyfriend. But I don't know. Oh, hold on. Friday, December the 29th. We're learning new information on the capital murder case of pregnant 18-year-old Savanah Soto and her 22-year-old boyfriend Matthew Guerra. The couple was found dead with gunshot wounds in their car at a Northwest Side apartment complex. Clearly, it was a heinous act. It was unspeakable, the tragedy of it, said the police chief. Is this like a different story or what? And this must be a different story. Police provided an update Thursday along with new surveillance video showing persons of interest. Police are asking for your help to find two people who they say could have something to do with Savanah and Matthew's death. Are they saying these guys may have some... I don't know what they're saying, what this is. Bexar County. Is Bexar County in Texas? Is that related or not related? We're hoping that someone is able to identify the individuals that are seen in this video. Putting out a plea for help locating two people seen in a surveillance video capture close to where Soto and Guerra's bodies were found. Oh, wait, here. Bexar County District Attorney Joe Gonzalez said when the people responsible are captured, the nature of the crime can result in additional charges because of the young couple's unborn son, Fabian, which they had named him already. The baby was a boy. The relationship between the persons of interest and the victim is still unclear. Detectives believe Savanah and Matthew were already dead when the video was taken. Police think the two people seen in the footage wiped the car down to get rid of fingerprints before ditching it with Savanah and Matthew's bodies inside. Okay. So they're saying, I guess, then at this point, yeah. So, I don't know. Lots of things. And I don't know. Oh, let's see. Steph says, I have a headache and these butt wipes are doing fireworks 2 days early. Oh, no. Looks like a different story, and those two men were also murdered in another case. They stated they saw two people in and out of the car. Yeah, I'm kind of wondering if those two, if it's two cases that could potentially be related. I'm not positive. Anyway. And I don't really want to, like, assume anything, right? But, if I know they said that they were looking for a chubby person. That's all I know. Savanah, Soto. Um, Sorry, I'm just looking up some of these things here. San Antonio Police Department asking for public help in identifying person of interests. So, yeah, apparently there's been no actual arrests yet as of now, I guess. So we'll keep watching for that. But in the meantime, Tammy says they think she was in the wrong place at the wrong time. She was a witness maybe to his unaliving moment. I don't know. One theory I heard was that because this kid was allegedly in like not the safest line of work, so to speak. But from what I heard was that they were trying to maybe do one last drop something somewhere before they went to the hospital because they knew that they were going to be at the hospital for a few days after having a baby. I don't know. That's just something I heard or read somewhere. Because I've just been watching random video updates and reading random things that pop out on Twitter. So, but you guys, I'm gonna get off here. My throat is feeling more sore than it was earlier. That's not good. I'm gonna go fix another hot cup of something to drink and head over to Abigail's and visit her for a little bit before see her being collateral damage, right? Ugh, that's awful. Oh, and to throw a twisted turn into this, her brother was killed last year. Kind of the same way, I guess. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Thanks, I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm hoping that this is not anything crazy. But I can feel it. You know how you can feel it? I can feel it, and it don't feel good. So, I just hope that if it's gonna come around, that it just stays here and don't spread to anybody else in the house, you know? But I'm gonna run over to Abigail's and say hey over there for a little bit and then call it an evening. And if I don't pop off with something over the weekend, then hopefully we'll see you on what is Monday? Is Monday New Year's Day? It'll either be Monday or Tuesday. But if something crazy happens with this new Savanah case or whatever, if they come up with something or something happens, then we might pop in just to discuss that for a few minutes. So thank you, Henny. I appreciate it. But you guys have a good night. Just keep your notifications on, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Make sure to hit the thumbs up before you skedaddle, okay? I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.